your crown up, hold your head up to the sky. Girl, you the best. Girl, you the best. Girl, you the best. Girl, pick your crown up, hold your head up to the sky. Girl, you the best. Girl, you the best. You the best.
Hello, everybody. I am so happy that we are here today on Queendom Conversations. This is a podcast that I created for dope Black mamas, art mamas, entrepreneur mamas, mamas who be handling their business. Yes, and so I know y'all been hearing me say Queen Mother. Let me define for y'all real quick what a Queen Mother is. A Queen Mother is a woman who is birthing things. Not even just birthing babies, but you can be birthing businesses. You can be birthing change. You can be birthing all type of things. You can birth a new mindset. A Queen Mother is a woman who births, who nurtures, who takes care, who uplifts, who empowers, and handles her business the whole way through, okay? We do not give up. We do not give out. We God body, divine as fuck, okay? Yes. So welcome to Queendom Conversations. I have here with me my girl Tiara, and then I have my girl Diamond. And not only do I have my girls, but I got the beautiful Starseeds in the building. Yes. Baby Nazi and baby Marley. And my baby Love is here as well. Tell me a little bit about what it's like to become a mom and what that feels like for you. What does it mean to you to be a mother?
Well, I had 2 kids, so I had 2 different birthdays. But with Zion, when I was pregnant, like before I found out I was pregnant for like 3 whole months. Like, didn't even know. I was just living my best life like this. Then when I found out I was pregnant, I kind of was just chilling. Went through the rest of my pregnancy and had the baby. I didn't have no type of like complications, no nothing. I barely felt pregnant. Like, I just was like growing a baby. Like, when I was pregnant with Zion, then after I had him, everything was cool in the beginning, except I used to have really bad anxiety. It's like transitioning from like being pregnant to having a baby the first time. It was like totally different than the second time because I had no idea what I was doing. I was just like winging it. So when I first had him, like it was like almost like I was in shock because like I was doing everything I normally would do. Then I just like had a baby all of a sudden. So then I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this thing? You know?
Right.
I used to have like super duper bad anxiety when I first had a baby, like having anxiety attacks because I was trying to breastfeed.
How old were you when you first had something?
I was 20. I had turned 21 like a month after I had him. So like just got grown for real.
You got me
had a baby. and then he like he was a good baby though. It was a good. I'll say it was a good learning experience. Like figuring out everything, both of us at the same time. It wasn't like extremely hard, but it was because I was like winging it. Like I didn't know. Sorry, no.
Uh-oh.
So that was cool. Then the second time I had a baby, like actually giving birth and stuff. When I had Zion, I got an Uber. Like when I was in labor, I took an Uber to the hospital, and like I knew I was in labor, but I had to wait a long time to like have the baby. I was just contracting. When I had her, I like barely made it to the hospital. Like I didn't have no contractions the whole day. Then all of a sudden I was having them like a minute apart, like real fast. So I had to hurry up and get to the hospital. Then she just like flew out. Like I have no time to get medicine, epidural, nothing. Like even if I wanted to, that was not an option. Like she just came flying out, and then I just had a baby.
Wow, Marley, you was like,
She was ready to go.
Yeah. That was like love, girl. She came so quick. I was like, dang, this what having a baby is. I can do this.
Yeah,
That's not a problem. Let's do this.
They be ready to go.
Come on.
You ready now?
Okay. So, that is absolutely amazing to know that the second time around, it becomes easier when getting these babies out. You said you were having panic attacks when you first had Zion.
Yeah, like really bad anxiety. I would like wake up in the middle of the night and stuff. I would always be trying to check and see if he was breathing or like moving around or like different stuff like that. I would just be up all the time, like worrying about my baby. Like, he's so small. I didn't know, well, I knew what to do, but like I didn't know what to do. It was my first time ever having a kid of my own or taking care of like a newborn baby. So everything was just like making me anxious. Like, everything was making me anxious. And then before I had a baby, the month before I had a baby, my niece died from SIDS. So I was like,
ooh, bless your heart.
yeah, so I was like super on edge when I first had a baby. Then the second time around, I was just like, oh, I don't know what to do. I already know what to do. But the first time, it was so horrible. Like,
so what did you do to get through that? Because I'm pretty sure there are a lot of moms out there who go through that and who feel like that, who feel the anxiety after they have their baby. And especially when you're a first-time mom, because I felt like that too, girl. I can't tell you how many times I took my baby to the hospital because I'm like, she just stopped breathing. Yeah, she like, let me tell y'all. She took me up there with them folks because she talking about I just stopped breathing. She didn't know what happened. So, what did you do to help you get through those feelings of anxiety?
I had to like figure out different ways to manage it. Waking up, breathing, or like giving myself breaks, or like just trying not to overthink everything. Like just going with the flow, like making sure like I got the basics down, so I don't really need to be panicking. But at first, it took a lot. Like I even had to stop breastfeeding because I was having really bad anxiety. I kept waking up in the middle of the night, like yes, like I could not, because I was not getting enough sleep, like nothing. I was just so like tired, like overexhausted all the time. And doing everything by myself, then always, you know, when your baby is little, they be cluster feeding, so you always better like.
Yes.
It was so bad, I just gave up.
Yes, I understand. And you know what? I would say that it was the same for me when I came home from the hospital. Now, Tiara, how was the birthing journey for you? And what does it mean to be a mom?
So I found out I was pregnant in the end of September. By that time, I was already going on 10 weeks pregnant. And at first I didn't know I was pregnant. I just had really bad back pain, but they was considering my pregnancy high risk because my size and my baby, and then it was just a lot of things going on. We was trying to make sure she was okay. And then having COVID made it even harder because I had to labor at home for 2 days before I could go into the hospital because they wanted me to pass my 10-day quarantine so that I wouldn't have to be isolated in the hospital. But by the second day of having contractions, I was not dilating. Like, I think I went into the hospital at like 36 weeks to get a cervical check, and I was at like 0.5 centimeter. And by the time I was on day 9 of my quarantine, I had been in labor for a day and a half, and I still was not dilating. So I was set to be induced on that Friday anyway. And so I went in like 8 hours earlier than I was supposed to. They let me in, but I had to be isolated because I technically hadn't finished my quarantine.
Yeah.
And I was having back-to-back contractions.
So,
like,
I hate to cut you off, but did you get to bring somebody in with you?
Yeah,
okay.
Anthony came, but we were isolated. Okay. So yeah, it gets crazier. Like, so we was in the hospital. I was not dilating, and I was in excruciating pain. 2 hours and nothing. Nazi could not come out. And we ended up having to go into emergency C-section. But because technically I got let into the hospital as a COVID patient, at the last minute, I had to go into labor in the OR by myself. They wouldn't let Anthony come, and that was so terrifying. Like, you know, I don't know, y'all had vaginal births, but when you have a C-section, they pump you up with so much stuff. You know, I already was off the epidural and all of this stuff, and then I had like all of these hormones in my body. Like, I literally could not like stay still. Like, my body was on the table convulsing. And when they opened me up, the doctor was like, oh my God, no wonder you couldn't get the baby out, because the catheter that they inserted for my epidural it was pinched, so it wasn't draining my bladder. And my bladder was enlarged. And so they found out all that, you know, I had the baby. Everything was cool, but then like once they brought me out of the OR. We went to our room, and like 3 hours later they had to take Nancy to the NICU because her sugar was too low and she couldn't regulate her sugar. She wasn't eating. She was, you know, and that's kind of a thing for babies. Like, if their sugars are too low, they could like literally like sleep and all that stuff. So Nazi had to go to the NICU, and then the next day I was having a lot of pain from the C-section, but it came to turn out they gave me a CAT scan and I had an enlarged kidney, so I had to have another surgery. Oh, Lord. It's okay. So after they saw I had an enlarged kidney, I had to have another surgery so that my kidney could be drained. And all of this time, I still hadn't saw my babies.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like.
So how are you feeling mentally while this is happening? What's your mental state?
I was so fucked up.
And what's your support system like?
It was hard because all I had was my child's father there. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he was off no sleep. I was off no sleep. And I couldn't see my baby, so he could only go down there and FaceTime her so I could see her. It was just, it got to a point where I had to like curse out the nurses and cry in front of all of them just so that they could let me go see my damn baby. Because they was trying to keep me from going to the NICU because, right. So, it was a lot. It was really a lot. And my baby only weighed 5 pounds when she was born, 5 pounds, 13 ounces. So she a little bitty one, but I think that experience for me like opened up a door to postpartum that I really wasn't prepared to deal with, because I went through so much of it by myself, and postpartum just came along like, all right, and added on top of that. So I'm still trying to recover, honestly.
Yes, yes. What does it mean to you now to be a mother?
It makes me feel like so strong. Like, before I had kids, I definitely thought I was like tough, but now I feel like I can do like even so many things. Like, I had a baby. Like, I had a baby. Like, when you pregnant, you thinking about like, well, you know, you feel all the things you go through, like with your hormones, and then like literally growing a person inside of you. It's like, that's a shit. Like, people don't just do that every day. And then carrying around a baby and then like giving birth to it is a whole thing within itself. After doing that, the first time definitely, but the second time I really was like, wow, like it just make you feel capable of doing a whole bunch of stuff, like you're strong. And then like taking care of a whole person, being responsible for them, and then like now Zion, he older.
You got a dope person,
right, like,
y'all. Zion is so
the person
dope.
that you created, like be a person. It's so cool. You be like, oh my God, like you're responsible for that. So it really make you feel like so strong and just like, you know, like you capable of doing a whole bunch of different things and making little people.
Yeah, it's like that Instagram or that TikTok that's going around. Have you made your own people?
Right.
No. Well, come talk to me when you made your own people.
Like, I made people and I'm their leader.
Yes. Yeah. I don't have people, but I have a person. I have a person. I think that still counts. Yes. Oh my goodness, that's so amazing. To feel capable, to feel able, to feel like you can do and be anything. That is amazing, and that's definitely what motherhood feels like. Yeah. What does it feel like to you? What does it mean to be a mother?
Oh, I feel like motherhood is like totally like rearranging my identity, but in a good way, you know? Before becoming a mom, I felt like my goals and aspirations were really like just for myself. So I had tunnel vision about achieving them and how I was going to achieve them because of my own like personal goals and aspirations. And then now that I have a little squishy, I feel like I've had to have some real conversations with myself. Like, okay, like these goals and aspirations are cool, but like, how can I make them be for more than just me?
Yes.
You know, because before having a baby, it was like, all right, I'm a hustler and I could do all of this. But now I've really had to slow down and like pick what matters most and put my energy towards what matters most and how I can be the most productive in the littlest amount of time.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I love to hear it. It's stressful, child.
It is, man.
I'm tired right now.
Man, I'm telling you, it's a whole life change, and I feel you on that. You have to learn to not just do things for yourself no more. Like you have somebody else that is included in all your plans and everything that you're doing. Oh my goodness. I think that's so amazing. If y'all watching and y'all tuning in with us on live, then let us know what does it mean to be a mother to you as well. We would love to hear from you on what it means to be a mother. For me, to be a mother means to be in my divine nature. To be able to be in a God space all the time, because you're constantly growing and constantly have to reach new levels of yourself, and it's a whole lot of I don't know what I'm doing, and I need you to help me do this because this day feel a whole lot different from the other day.
We really just winging it.
Yeah, we really just winging it, but at the same time feeling like I'm doing it at a level that is godly and superior. Not superior, that's a bad word to use, but that I'm carrying parenting and motherhood at a high esteem, and I'm focusing on it and giving it the most of my energy. So I'm doing it divinely and sacredly. Like everything is being led. Like lead me. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's to come next. And I gotta stay in this place of taking care of myself and keeping my mind clear, doing the mental work that I need to be doing so that I can stay in a space of alignment for her. Because if I'm just out here trying to do, if you try to mother with no divine connection to source or no type of connection to anything, you just gonna be out here hurting. It's a painful journey.
That's how people really, I see it now. Like now that I'm here, I see how some moms can go off of the rocker. Like, you know, like I totally understand. And it comes from lack of support. It comes from lack of understanding. It comes from people not being patient with you as you change, and then having these like extremely high expectations over yourself as a parent and not knowing how to achieve them. And people, I can see it. I see it now. I used to look at people like, wow, like how did they go off the edge like that? And now I understand what causes.
Yes.
Kids.
And speaking of that, being at the edge, we've seen so many times where women have really did some real crazy stuff because they couldn't handle postpartum. They couldn't handle parenthood.
I did some really crazy stuff because I couldn't handle postpartum. Just in the last few weeks, like I was going through it. I was sending my baby dead through it because he didn't know how to. Men do not know how to deal with postpartum. Just like we don't, they definitely don't. But he really just was like, everything was low with me because I'm like, why don't you understand? I'm going crazy. Like, and I was snapping out on him. Like I was snapping out on him, and I'm like, I see why people be snapping out like this. Like, especially when you try to explain yourself, but you don't know how to explain yourself, and you're like, geez, just help me, like figure it out. I don't know.
What do you feel like? Just help me. I feel like that's a national cry, especially for Chicago mamas. Like, look, do something, help me. What do you feel like the help could be? Because I know I felt like that so many days. I'm just like, yo, I can't explain how I'm feeling, but I'm totally messed up right now. Just help me. But people don't know. Maybe people don't give as much support because they don't know truly how to support us in those times because they don't understand. But if you could word together some things, what would you say would be help to a mother who was going through postpartum and she can't explain herself?
Well, One, kind of just like being present. Like sometimes you just need y'all to like
be
Be
there.
there.
Like,
That
Please
is
just pull
so
up.
helpful.
Yes.
I feel like I've encountered so many blockages when it comes to that because I have been this way my whole life, and I have never had a problem with telling people how to show up for me.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the moments, it be falling on deaf ears, you know, like when we become mothers, no one else is changing but us. We're the only ones who are like actually actively metamorphosing in the process. And everyone else is just living their regular life. So you be like, hey, show up for me, I need help. And folks be like, oh, I can't do this, I gotta go over here. I'm sorry, but I gotta go to work, I got this to do, X, Y, and Z.
What would the second thing be, y'all?
Listen.
Yeah. Like, people give us a lot of unsolicited advice. They be like, I ain't even asked you that, girl. I did not need you to tell me that.
Like, did you hear what I just said?
Yeah,
You clearly, and y'all know what? It be when people be like, but I believe you can do it because I made it through this and that. And they be like, but that ain't this right here, and still maintaining your own mental space. That ain't the same thing.
That's another thing.
That's
Really
something
be like,
different. Yeah.
And I always be at the wrong moment. They be like, I did it. You be talking to them about how you can barely get up, you sick, and you gotta get your kids to school, or you can't eat, or whatever. They be like, I did it. It was 17 kids. So you should not have had to do that with 17 kids.
Right. So,
but since you know, help me.
Right. Since you know
what that feels like.
And then this is the thing too. I feel like there should be some type of advice that you could pass down then. If you're gonna tell me that you did it with these kids and you made it through, then give me some guidance, give me some advice, and let me know what I should do that could help me in this situation. But don't give me the advice of your situation. Try to really put yourself in my shoes in this day, this age, this time, and really be there for me. So listen to actually, if you're going to give feedback and advice, give feedback and advice that's related to me in this time. Let me know you was here for me in the conversation and you was really listening to the part of me that I shared with you.
Personally, I feel like our parents' generation was pacified so much by their parents when it comes to raising kids, because I feel like everybody I know was raised by their grandparents.
Right.
And our parents stepped in at a certain point, you know? Here. Our parents stepped in at a certain point, and I feel like they don't want to do what their parents did for them. That's just what I really feel.
Yeah.
I feel like
they didn't have to.
They didn't have to do it. They did not have to do it. Like, my mama always be like, well, I did it with you. By the time I was your age, I had 3 kids and I was getting a house. Yeah. And I'm like, girl, but I be asking my mama to watch my baby, right. And she be like, oh, I gotta squeeze it into my schedule.
My mama, she might watch my baby, but she do not like having small children. Like, she'll get Zion no problem because it's just
he a big
watch
boy,
himself,
right?
Yeah, but the baby, no, and that's when you really be needing help. Like, I could do it with Zion,
right?
He can do everything by himself already. Like, I need you to get the baby, you know. So they don't, not the little ones, no, but
yeah, they definitely be feeling some type of way, child.
My siblings might watch my baby if they feel like it, you know.
Oh no,
it don't ever be like, I'll never just like have days to myself in a row, like, and most of the time, I might have a babysitter for one but not the other, or like, you know,
which
stuff
sucks because it's like as a working mom, especially, we don't work regular jobs, you know, like we out here trying to create businesses and create avenues. Right. We really be needing some. As you can see, all of us got our babies today. Everybody got a baby because it really ain't nowhere for them to go. And when it's easier, I feel like, to be a corporate mom versus an entrepreneur mom. Yeah. Because society supports 9-to-5 workers, but society don't support service workers who got to have their babies with them. You know, like, I'm a makeup artist. I've been doing makeup for 8 years. I'm also a musician, and everywhere I go, I have to take my baby. And when I be having clients, people be like, girl, it's like you working 2 jobs. Like, girl, yeah.
I am. Right?
I really am. Like, actually, thanks for
I've
noticing.
had to take my baby to quite a few shoots with me, like, and just be like, so sometimes I'll be like, I can't do it, I'm sorry, I gotta, and they'll be like, oh no, just bring the baby with you, and I'll be like, no, what the
Right? Like, do you know how hard that is?
Right, but I'll just end up bringing her with me or something, and I'll be like, girl, well, I guess I gotta do both at the same time, you know, but yeah, like, it's hard, but I be making it work. I do feel like I miss out on a lot of stuff also because I can't just like get up and go like I usually do. And I was blocked on Facebook for 30 days when I first seen that post, so I couldn't even share it and say what I wanted to say. Like, when I first seen it, the original post, I'm like, girl, what? Like, why would it be? Like, why wouldn't you? That don't even make sense. But I do feel like a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people sharing it and agree with me. A lot of people don't. They feel like we making them responsible, and it's not really that. It's just like,
Honestly, I'ma say it. Niggas are fucking responsible for being a part of the community.
yeah.
Everyone wants community assistance without being a community like member. Like,
And then they want you to do stuff in the community. They want to worship our talents and our gifts. Let us post something. And they all over it.
All over it.
Congratulations. Oh, you dropped a new song. Oh, you did a new shoot. Oh, you did shit. Oh, you that. Oh, but where you at when I need you there?
people look at this and then be like really expectant of what you could push out, not realizing that it takes a community to continue to do that work. Like, me and my boyfriend suffer from that because we got family, but we don't have a community. And if you family member watching this, like, this is just me being very honest with my feelings and emotions, and it's not attacking anybody, but it's the truth. It's the community is more than just us coming with the baby to visit y'all. You know, like, the community is, all right, we trying to work, we need a babysitter, or we need a day off for ourselves, or, you know, like not even just that, my baby needs to learn. Like, she needs to see, like, Nazi, I've been a stay-at-home for 6 months. And I've been at home every day with my baby while my boyfriend works. And in the middle of that, I take her everywhere with me with clients. I take her everywhere with me to, like, wherever she could go that's kid friendly. And if it ain't kid friendly, I don't go type shit. But my baby don't be around other kids. So when I be trying to get her around other kids, and she be freaking out. Like, you know, you saw she tried to play, Martin wanted to play with her and she was crying. And I want to get her socialized, but I can't build a business, be an entrepreneur, and be a full-time stay-at-home mom without help.
Yeah.
And that's where the frustration comes, because it's like, we didn't get here without help, yet now that it's our turn to bear children, everybody feel like we asking too much for help.
How are we wrong? We remember being at our grandma's house, our auntie's house. We remember being with them.
I was at my grandma's house a lot.
Yeah.
My grandma raised me.
Yeah, my great grandma was always with them. But it's like, why now is there not a thing? Why can y'all not be with them? And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because they haven't had time to be with themselves. They so hurt. They've been through so much. They in so much pain. They in a generation where the man left the house and now he's not there with them. Whatever trauma they went through when they lost the man that they had there to support them, and now that they by themselves, they going through pain every day and they still trying to parent, and one of them got to put on the back burner because they pushing through. And I fear that we will be a generation that just has to push through like that if we don't stop and take the time to heal and really get in touch with our true selves. Because it's going to be worse if we try to do that in our generation because of the way the world already is.
society and capitalism doesn't even allow for our parents who want to be hands-on to have the time to do that shit. Whereas 20 years ago, 27 years ago, our grandparents could stay at home with their grandkids and it wasn't a problem because inflation wasn't as high. Even if they wasn't making $20 an hour, they didn't have to work so hard to get basic stuff. So you could have grandma at home, you could have auntie at home when it was necessary. And your kids got to be around other kids, and that's what induces learning. But like you said, like my mama is a young grandma, and part of that is what you said. Like, she still got kids. I still got siblings who got to get raised. And now she a grandma. She really wasn't planning on being a grandma at 45. And she's a grandma, and she still got to work. She still got to be a mama because she can't not work. So it'd be like, on one end, I get it. But on the other end, what's the solution? Like, how do we be like solution-based thinking around still incorporating our community and allowing everybody to do what's necessary? And you know, I was speaking to someone on Facebook, an elder mom at that, and she was like, y'all need to create a community of mamas where y'all can rotate y'all schedules and watch y'all
about to do. Come on, Queen Mother.
Like,
that's what we about to do, baby.
Okay, I love this idea.
Yes. That's what I have been battling with and trying to do, because y'all, I'm willing and ready any day to take y'all babies. So like when you had posted a post one day, and I'm like, yo, I wish I could.
Like, somebody please get this baby.
Yes, but here I am in this studio apartment, and it's so little, and it's not enough space. And I'm like, well, what do? You got to go book a space. Or we have to create. We're not at the point where we have these big homes, you know what I'm saying, to where the elder parents, they're in those age range where they have houses and homes with multiple rooms and stuff. We all in our 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, figuring it out. So my question to myself, even after this conversation, is how do we create spaces like that? Because I know I got the time schedule. I'm willing, I'm ready, and I want y'all to drop y'all babies off so we can educate them at the same time too. I'm so grateful to have Tiara here with me today, to have Diamond here with me today, to have baby Nazi, to have baby Marley.
And baby Lovey.
Yes, baby Lovey cut up today, baby. Okay, I wanted to make it a tradition that every episode of Queen Mother, I gift the queens with a little gift to take with them. So, here you are. And you can open it now if you want to. That was not my phone dying, so the whole video going on there. Ain't that stuff?
Look at you with your book.
Right.
Coloring book and journal.
Yeah.
Period.
But this is the Sacred Sisterhood coloring book and journal, and it helps you evaluate your friendships with your sisters. It was that. It helps you evaluate your relationship with your sisters. It gives you access to not access, but right. Don't cry.
Okay, y'all. I gotta show y'all what she did. She put on the front page of this book, my sisters, Ridley and Nefertiti, who we lost in the last year. Earthbound, but we didn't lose them spiritually. And this is just so beautiful because
when I made this coloring book,
wow,
I was so in their energy, and I had to honor them in some type of way. So I turned all the art we was making into coloring pages, and I added in journal prompts that help you really evaluate your relationships with your sisters, why you friends with your friends, and just what sisterhood means to you. It's a really cool thing to do when you're decompressing, relaxing, and yeah.
Oh, look at her. Girl, thank you. But y'all check out got Bella. She always been doing like dope stuff in the community. Great stylist, creative, curator, director, book author, colored book author, jewelry creator. Like, what don't you do?
Thank you, sis. Thank you. I just be doing my God shit, you know. But yeah, that's it. The Queendom Conversations episode 1. What happened to the village? Featuring the babies and my superstar baby love. So yeah, bye y'all.
Bye, everybody.
I'm the empress, no need to impress. I be fully dressed and still turn heads. Your majesty, your queen, your everything is inside of me. I'm royalty, baby. I'm royal, I'm royal. I'm worthy, I'm worthy, I'm worthy, I'm worthy. Baby, I'm the queen. I'm the finest thing you ever seen. I am everything. Give me the glory.